So let's hear the house Negroes trying to please the master.
So I would be a full hypocrite if I didn't speak to some form of seriousness in these tweets when it comes to Rory.
Yeah, nah, I thought y'all was in here cracking jokes, man. I didn't know this was a serious thing.
I came in here to joke too.
Yeah, I'm just here to joke, man. I ain't here.
Yeah. I understand that too, but everybody different. Everybody come on stage with a different motive, and they come on here and they got they words to say. So we can't stop.
Nobody on earth that knows me thought I tweeted black women are ugly. Like, this is like ridiculous at this point. So I was came in here to joke.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, right? I thought y'all was in here laughing.
We were joking at one point, and then more tweets started resurfacing. I think, and Rory,
so now everybody's offended and hurt.
No, I think I'm speaking very genuinely to Rory, regardless of what our friendship is. I think that some of the tweets that are resurfacing can be hurtful, and I think you being the
hurtful
person that you are. Sorry.
Hurtful to who? Who's hurt by those tweets?
Black women.
Beyonce.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop.
No, it's just like when Ari Lennox was, hurt by the Bernie Mac, like
cut it out, man. We gotta get past this. Like,
deflection,
being offended is a choice. People need to understand that. Being offended is absolutely a choice. If you offended by something, you chose to be offended by that. Rory, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Rory, go to bed, man.
Being offended is a choice. You have a choice to be offended. Boy, they taught you well, huh? Boy, they taught you well. They taught you well, house Negro.
Go to bed. Man, I know you ain't.
Because you got some weird tweets that we can bring up. Right? Who is that? Yeah.
Who's that?
Right. See y'all clowns get off the space.
You don't.
Clowns.
Instead of taking accountability for the behavior and the actions of someone, they want to deflect and say, hey, well, you can choose to feel offended. Okay, if that's the case, white people should just call everybody the N-word. And if a black person is offended by a white person saying the N-word, it's their choice. Don't put the accountability on someone disrespecting them. No, it's not disrespectful because the person disrespecting them is disrespecting them. It's because that person chose to feel offended. He chose to feel disrespected, not because the person disrespected him. Boy, this is some narcissistic deflection. All right, this is a narcissistic deflection.
Hey, that's the same.
Hey, clown out.
Bro, y'all are
He's
crazy.
cornball. Hey, yo, Rory, man.
Yeah, get your
you here with some cornball.
Him, boy. Clown.
Oh, that's a tough guy right there. Gangsta.
Right. Nah, I ain't tough. Stand in it. Stand in
Hey,
it.
Mo, if you don't
Stand in it.
know-
Stand in it, brother. Don't get tough until flight itineraries.
Oh, boy. Spell itinerary.
Hey, next question, brother.
Come on. Get off.
Goofball.
Pull up my tweets.
Hey, Rocky, who got the next question? Stop. Get these clowns, bro. Y'all beta males, bro.
Hold on.
They real men. Beta males. That's why when I get in these spaces and I be,
Is that?
You
I'm trying to mute the guy. Hey, Mo, let me tell you something.
How many positive Kendrick tweets can you put up?
bro.
I really don't care for your feelings. So, L, there were tweets that were brought up about, Rory talking about Kendrick's artistry and during the beef and things like
All right. Man, we are back with part 2, man. Roy and Maul and that whole show is under flames right now, boy. They are being scrutinized, well-deserved scrutiny. They are being criticized. They are being... their feet is being held in the fire based on their own words, based on their own hypocrisy, based on their own delusion, because they feel like, or even they are not biased when it comes to Kendrick, but everybody been playing how biased and how anti-Kendrick they actually are. So now they on this little group chat right here, and they having a conversation, and they're going to talk about, how anti-Kendrick they are, but they claim not to be.
Get these clowns, bro. Y'all beta males, bro.
Hold on.
They real men. Beta males. That's why when I get in these spaces and I be,
Is that?
You
I'm trying to mute the guy. Hey, Mo, let me tell you something.
How many positive Kendrick tweets can you put up?
bro.
I really don't care for your feelings. So, L, there were tweets that were brought up about, Rory talking about Kendrick's artistry and during the beef and things like that. It really wasn't like people were digging to find things on him, where it's like, oh, we're gonna pin him because he said some anti-black things. It's things that you stumble upon because the other tweets that you were making about Kendrick and the beef and the battle, we were just cooking you about.
And so just with all of this, which honestly, from what I was able to actually show you, I feel like it's only scratching the surface. I mean, ultimately you can see that with the way Rory was acting and with the way his buddies were trying to save and help him out, but really only ended up deflecting overall. Well, genuinely, these are some of the worst responses you could ever get when things are heating up, and the pressure is getting all worse and coming down on you for words that you can directly be seen saying. And I mean, just seeing Rory try to dodge things the way he did, that he works with, just stand right alongside him and really just see them try to act like nothing happened with as well. I mean, really, for this podcast, which has turned out to be the biggest group and committee of biased losers that is out there, it's not a surprise that they ended up handling this the way they did, and that Rory especially just tried to make jokes out of this, which even just in terms of the basic laws of power, again, this is not about how you feel, but this is about how you handle issues, especially today. I mean, with Rory, I never thought I'd say this, but you genuinely have to question if his decision-making is worse than Maul's, because with him being in this space, all he ended up doing was saying more worse and more awful and off-putting stuff here, which the intent of it from his end was to play it off as a joke. But when you realize that people don't know you, are not on your side, are putting thumbs down, and are just angry at you in general, and now you're giving people the ability from the words you were saying so freely to easily clip them up and have them go viral for saying things that will now make you look worse than when everything even started in the first place with these entire pieces of controversies, that make it look worse than when this controversy even started in the first place. Well, overall, this is just an absolute mess of a situation. And with Damaris and Maul just standing up for Rory and really only creating more chaos by both having their own dramatic crash outs, which especially with Damaris, I mean, she kept dragging this back to the whole Kendrick Lamar thing and only made it so much worse. Well, really, with the way they have acted, we see why this trio has been perfect for each other and why they are all falling down together, which is just off the principle that ultimately, well, these three are some of the biggest clowns we have ever seen in hip-hop media, and they all collectively don't want to own up to anything or stand on a single principle of decency. And really, in this era that we are in, where things get dragged up and it's up to a respective person on how to play these moments off and how to move from them in the right way, really, with the way that they collectively decided to move off of Rory's response and just build on it, it's like a Heart Part 6 level bad follow-up in terms of just the way that you could have tried to get over this and try to walk away from it, because all this clown show ended up doing by just not taking any accountability, standing within the mess, and, well, making jokes that, again, are getting clipped up and being put now out of context to make Rory look even more and more worse. Well, in a world where everybody can see how biased they are, and a lot of people are just fed up with all the ridiculous garbage they have been saying, which is clearly being put through an owl-shaped filter. Well, now all they have done is taken the very notions and criticisms that have been put out against them and have been ruining their show and reputation ever since the Kendrick and Drake beef at the very least, and they've doubled down on all of it. And while trying to stand on what they feel like is their truth, well, all they have managed to do is really soil their reputation and show that they are just as mature as the people that they have been trying to help out in the process of taking down Kendrick Lamar, and of course, none other than the Karen final boss in Drake. And so just seeing this all materialize, there are some very clear things that we can take away from this, which I mean, first off, with Rory and Maul. On the funny and lighter side of things, Joe Budden was so right to drop these losers, but if we're being serious, I mean, this just does feel like the final moment where in hip-hop, after seeing this clown show act the way they have, get exposed the way they have, and then double down on their actions the way they have, after people have already had waning respect for them, and everybody's just kind of been done with the way they've been acting because they've really just ruined their reputation on the most basic of levels by so clearly presenting a compromised narrative in view of everything that they have reported on, yet they've tried to act like they are not. With Rory just showing and really standing in actions that are absolutely terrible, absolutely awful, and he should have just apologized for or tried to give a little more humility, maturity, and integrity to the situation altogether.
Facts.
This is something that is not going to get walking away by easily. And if I know the way that these crowds tend to work after seeing something like this, and again, we see the history that has been building up here, this isn't like a first-time offense, just in terms of the name and value of this show, just losing and losing more and more. Well, listen, I don't want to put anything out there, but I just think that Rory and Maul have the potential to lose literally every single thing that they have ever built.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And honestly, when you just see every single thing they have done from the hip-hop world and the way they have antagonized and lied on Kendrick and really been a puppet of a smear campaign, to, well, now this other stuff from Rory, which just goes to a level that is so much worse than anything else you could ever imagine, and really does look bad for not just him, but all of his team. Well, I think we can finally say that at the very least, what it's starting to look like is that the Rory and Maul era is done.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, the best thing he should have did is just take accountability and apologize, but he didn't even want to apologize. Then he doubled down on it. He said, I'm not going to apologize. Like, all right, so that's how you feel about black women. So why you in black? Why you in? This is how you feel about black women. So how you feel about black men? Once again, this is what happens when you let outsiders inside and they get a little bit too comfortable. So this is going to be interesting to see how this out, man. But this is what they get, man, for all that Kendrick hate. Boy, all that Kendrick hate is coming back in full circles, man. So y'all leave a comment down below. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this.